What's going on, guys? My name's Emmanuel and welcome to my channel. Guys, I have a confession to make. I think I'm becoming obsessed with comparing stocks. Like the other day, I had a dream, and in that dream, I actually owned 10 Amazon stocks and I was comparing it to Alibaba. It's crazy. I honestly don't know what it is, but I actually geek out when you have 2 or 4 stocks to compare. You put them together and you try and figure out which company has the best balance sheet, which company has the best growth potential. I surely can't be the only one, right? So please, if you also geek out over stuff like this, just kindly drop them in the comments below and let me know that I am not the only one. Thank you. So for today's video, guys, I wanted to do something a little bit different from my normal videos. Something a little bit fun, something a little bit competitive, okay? So I decided to take a look at the top 10 most popular held stocks by Robinhood users and the top 10 popular held stocks on Trading 212. And I found out the difference between what the two users are holding is staggering. It's crazy. And if you're wondering what Robinhood is or what Trading 212 is, very simply, they are both popular brokerage companies with 0% commission trading, and majority of their users are considered millennials. They both have similar functionalities. However, Robinhood is based in the US and not available in the UK, and Trading 212 is available in the UK but not currently available in the US to the best of my knowledge. So all the users on Trading 212 are pretty much British, and the majority of users on Robinhood are American. So what I wanted to do is to go through the ranking of the top stocks from both platforms, from 10th place to 1st place, compare the stocks, look at their key ratios, and make a decision on which one I think is the best option, and then that will compile my list of top 10s. But I actually want to know what you think as well. So follow along, guys. Write in the comment section below which stock you would pick of the two, and make up your list of your top 10. With that said, guys, give this video a thumbs up if you are enjoying the content. Please leave in the comment below your stock picks. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm going to jump onto my iPad now for the comparison. Okay, guys, so I have to apologize. My battery of my iPad just died, so I'm going to have to make do with my phone. I've got all my notes on there. And also, guys, remember please to follow along. We'll have all the stocks and their key ratios to the right of me, okay? So in 10th place on Robinhood, you have Apple, and in 10th position for Trading 212, you have Twitter. Now, looking at both of them, of course, Apple's more expensive. I do like Twitter's PE ratio more than Apple, of course. But then I like Apple's operating margin at 24%, and then Twitter's operating margin 7%. Again, look at the cash position for Apple, 94 billion to Twitter's 7 billion. However, the debt is crazy. Apple has 118 billion in debt, whereas Twitter only has 4 billion in debt. So Twitter pretty much has no debt, guys, whereas Apple does have a considerable amount of debt. The current ratio for Apple is 1.5, but look at Twitter's current ratio, 11.93, and they're both in positive position. So guys, it's a bit of a difficult one for me. Obviously, Twitter, you can't avoid the fact that they have no debt. But looking at long-term growth potentials, I'm going to have to give it to Apple. So in 10th place for me is Apple. All right, guys, moving on to 9th place. For Robinhood, we have Aurora Cannabis, and for Trading 212, we have Alphabet Inc., which is Google. So again, market price like night and day. Aurora is at $14 a share. Google is at $1,400 a share. Google has a better PE ratio at 29, and to Aurora's 69%. Google has a 21% operating margin, whereas Aurora Cannabis has 0 for some reason. Total cash, again, look at the total cash position between both of them. It's night and day. Google has 117 billion in cash to only 16 billion debt, whereas Aurora Cannabis actually does have quite a bit of debt. But looking at the current ratios, they're pretty much neck and neck on current ratios, and Google is in a positive free cash position and Aurora Cannabis is not. So for 9th place, I'm going to have to go with Trading 212 and pick Google. Okay, guys, so moving on to 8th place. For Robinhood, we have Microsoft, and Trading 212, we have Facebook. Ooh. This is a juicy comparison. You have Facebook, which is trading at $242, and Microsoft $202. They both have very, very similar PE ratios and very, very similar operating margins. It's neck and neck, guys. The total cash for Microsoft is 137 billion to 84 billion in debt. Facebook as well, you have 60 billion in cash and only 10 billion in debt. So both companies have no debt, guys. Current ratios, you've got a beautiful current ratio for Trading 212 at 4.6, a current ratio of 2.9 for Microsoft, and they both have positive free cash flow. Who am I going with? Oh, who am I going with? I'm going to have to go with Microsoft, guys. I'm going to have to go with Robinhood for this one. You know, Microsoft in terms of their revenue. I've done a bit of a review for Microsoft, so we will put the suggested tab right across, but I'm gonna have to go with Robinhood, guys, and Microsoft for this one. All right, guys, in 7th place on Robinhood you have GoPro. I have no idea why. And trading 212 you have Beyond Meat. All right, so crazy. You can see the difference in market price. Beyond Meat is $153 a share. GoPro is $4.81. They both have 0 PE ratio, which means they both haven't made any earnings, which is crazy. Operating margins for GoPro is minus 3.41%. So Beyond Meat kind of edges it out at 3.8. In terms of the total cash and total debt position, of course, Beyond Meat is absolutely killing GoPro with 246 million in cash and to 43 million in debt, whereas GoPro is over leveraged. They both have good current ratios, to be fair, 1.74 for GoPro and Beyond Meat 5.78, but they're both in negative free cash. So if I had to choose, I'm gonna have to go with Beyond Meat, guys. Trading 212 takes the win. All right, guys, so in 6th place for Robinhood you have Carnival Cruises, and for Trading 212 you have Alibaba. You know, difference in market price is crazy, $226 to $17. The PE ratio for Carnival was 6.36. The PE ratio for Alibaba is crazy at 64.67. Again, guys, the total cash position, you can see here, Alibaba has no debt. 363 billion to 120 billion, whereas Carnival Cruises, of course, they've taken a big hit with the whole lockdown, with the whole pandemic. So they're really over leveraged. Between Carnival and Alibaba, I'm gonna have to go with Trading 212 and pick Alibaba. Okay, guys, in 5th place for Trading 212 we have Tesla. And for Robinhood, we have Delta Airlines. So again, massive difference in prices. Tesla is currently trading at $1,008, whereas Delta Airlines is at $28 a share. PE ratio for Delta is at 5.3, whereas Tesla has no PE ratio because they haven't had any earnings yet. Mad. The operating margins for Delta is much better than Tesla. Their cash positions are actually quite similar as well, at 5 billion to 8 billion. However, Delta Airlines does have a lot more debt at 24 billion, and Tesla has 15 billion in debt. Current ratio, Tesla has a much better current ratio at 1.24. Current ratio of Delta is 0.53, and they're both in positive free cash positions. I have to say, this is a hard one for me. I'm a big believer in the turnaround for the airline stocks, but I also believe in Tesla's potential. I love Elon Musk. I love the CEO. I've even got his book. I'm currently reading his book right now, you know, his autobiography. So I do love Elon. So I'm slightly biased. I'm going to have to go with my guys at Trading 212 and pick Tesla. In 4th place, we have Disney for Robinhood, and for Trading 212, we have Netflix. Again, similar companies in many respects. Massive difference in market price. Netflix is at $473 and Disney is at $116 a share. PE ratios astronomical. Netflix is at 95 PE ratio, mental. And the PE ratio for Disney is at 39. Operating margins are very similar. They're both over leveraged. Current ratio for Disney is 0.94. The current ratio for Netflix is 0.82, and they both have negative free cash position. If I was to pick one, guys, I'm going to have to go with Robinhood on this one for 4th place. I'm going to go with Disney. Okay, guys, so now we're down to the final 3. We have in 3rd place for Robinhood, we have American Airlines. For Trading 212, we have Neo Inc. So looking at their market price, very similar. You have American Airlines at $13 a share, and you have Neo Inc. at $7.33 a share. They both have 0 PE ratio because they haven't really made any money this past year. Operating margins for American Airlines, 4.8, whereas Neo Inc. 0%. Total cash for American Airlines is 3.58 billion to total debt is at 34 billion, whereas Neo Inc. couldn't find any information about their cash position. For current ratio, Neo Inc. does actually slightly edge out American Airlines. It's 0.53 to 0.37, and they both have negative free cash flow. Guys, this for me is night and day. I'm going to pick American Airlines in 3rd place, so I'm going with Robinhood. Okay, guys, in 2nd place for Robinhood, we have GE. And for Trading 212, we have Peloton. Interesting. Again, market price, there's no comparison. You have Peloton way out at $55 a share, and the market price for Robinhood is $7 a share. They both also have 0 PE ratios. What is with the top 3 all having 0 PE ratios? It's crazy. Operating margins for GE is 6%, whereas Peloton is minus 15%. Total cash is 31 billion for GE to 88 billion in debt, whereas Peloton is actually not over leveraged. It has 1.43 billion to 522 million in debt. The current ratio for Peloton is 3.32. The current ratio for GE is 1.88. GE has positive free cash flow, whereas Peloton has negative free cash flow. So for this one, guys, it's a tough one. Because one is a new company and they're really making ground. They've really thrived off the whole lockdown, whereas GE is like a granddad essentially. It's been around for a long time. I'm gonna have to go with Trading 212. I know a lot of people are probably gonna disagree with me, but I'm gonna have to go with Trading 212 and pick Peloton. And in first place, guys, for Robinhood we have Ford, and for Trading 212 we have Uber. That's a bit crazy. So their market price, you got $6 for Ford and you've got $32 for Uber. Again, they have 0 PE ratios for both of them. Operating margins for Ford is 0.17%, whereas the operating margins for Uber is minus 59%. How are these guys number one? The total cash position for Ford Motors is 34 billion to 168 billion, so well over leverage in their position. And Uber is not too bad. You have total cash of 9 billion and total debt of 9.5 billion. So current ratio is 1.32 for Ford, and for Uber you have 1.68. Ford has a positive cash flow, whereas Uber has a negative free cash flow. So who would I pick? So for first place, I'm going to have to go with Trading 212. I'm going to have to pick Uber over Ford. I don't really like both companies, to be fair. I don't own any shares in any of them. But out of the two, probably gonna go with Uber. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's comparison video, and I hope you agreed with my top 10. And if you didn't agree with my top 10, there's no beef. Just comment below your top 10 and let's debate it out. Once we also hit the 1K sub mark, I'll start a series of what stock did I buy this week and why. I've also started a Facebook group called Generational Wealth Builders. If you want to be part of a community that focuses on building generational wealth, the link is in the description below. And if you're in the UK and you want to sign up to Trading 212, I have a link in the description below. If you sign up using that link, you get a free stock and I also get a free stock. Smash the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already. I really hope you gained a lot of value from this video, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.